Well, the death of a spouse or a divorce can really impact people not only emotionally but also financially. These big life changes can be especially difficult for women. Only on News 5, Katie Blaze breaks down the impacts and why it's an issue that's now being studied.
Research in the last few years has shown that women who are either widows or divorcees are often more financially vulnerable. And with the baby boomer generation still a huge part of the population, there's a good chance more women will find themselves single one way or another. Dealing with finances on their own, well, it can lead to some serious mistakes.
My feelings were mixed, giving up a life.
It was a decades-long marriage that ended about 4.5 years ago for Jackie Carr. In her 60s, she had to start a new life as a single woman, all on her own.
I wouldn't say I was scared, but I was very nervous.
Particularly when it came to finances, as her former husband had always handled that.
My husband always kept me informed. He always showed me all the statements, but I was really at sea. I needed some help, someone to guide me through what to do, how to handle things, how to budget, how much could I spend a month, could I still continue to travel.
For Connie Robb, who lost her husband to cancer,
what was I going to do? He had a lot of things on the computer, and I was not computer savvy. I didn't know all the ins and outs and how much it was really going to cost to live.
Robb and Carr, they're not the only women facing these challenges. Their certified financial planner Linda Lights tells me women more and more are either being divorced or widowed.
Most baby boomer women will be single at the time of their death. They are either going to be divorced or they're going to outlive their spouse. And that's a huge piece of the population that needs to be making good decisions and may need help making those decisions.
And figuring out how to make financial decisions once they're single can be difficult. Lights is now part of an academic research team looking at this issue.
There has been some good, robust academic research on divorce,
but not as much on widowhood, which is what the team focuses on. From studies, this is what Lights and her crew have discovered. 70% of married baby boomer wives will experience widowhood. The average age at which a woman is widowed is just over 59. 80% of men die married, and 80% of women die single. These stats and more have led the team to write papers on what do widows need, what are the pitfalls, what are ways that financial advisors can better serve them, what should widows be aware of.
The team is working on a combination of more training for advisors, so advisors can be more sensitive to the issues of widows,
which can be very similar to the issues of divorce as well.
And they're scared that they'll make really bad financial decisions.
She tells me too often the immediate reaction is to make big changes that could have severe consequences.
A pretty common mistake is selling the family home and moving across the country suddenly.
In doing so, divorcees or widows lose their support network and can sometimes fall prey to people just looking to make a buck.
They sort of swoop in and say, we're here to help.
With so many emotions from either a divorce or spousal death, Lights says women need to get professional advice for their finances.
Make sure that the people you're working with have your best interests at heart and that they're not pushing you into any rash decisions.
And while it's bound to be a difficult transition,
we are survivors and things do move forward.
Linda Lights is a certified financial planner at Peace of Mind Financial Planning. If you'd like more information on services it offers, as well as the academic papers her team has published, visit our website at KOAA.com. Always watching out for you, Colorado Springs. Katie Blaze, News 5.